Hola, mis estudiantes favoritos. Okay, so I just recorded this whole video and then messed up, so I'm going to do it again. Subjuntivo, this is what we're talking about. It's our grammar for chapter 8A. It's also our grammar for chapter 8B, and it's our last grammar thing for the rest of the year. We're just going to keep using this new tense over and over and over and over again. So I tried to ease you guys into it last week. I didn't want to overwhelm you. This week, we're going to do the same thing, just kind of take it step by step. It can be confusing, so I hope these videos are helpful and not too dreadfully boring, because I know that you guys are probably tired of listening to your teachers talk on videos, but here we go. So I'm not going to go through the whole first part again. You guys have the video from last week. You have the notes that you can refer to, but I do want to finish going through the conjugations of this tense and just review a little bit what we talked about last week. Well, what I talked about. You guys didn't talk, unfortunately. Okay, so we're talking about this new tense. The most important thing, I think, is the structure. And you can see it's on this slide I have up now. So it's the first person, the first verb, the word K, a different person, and another verb. The other thing that's tricky about this is some of the examples we looked at last week. So for example, hey, I want you to be on my team. When we put that into Spanish, we kind of have to rethink it so that it's in this structure. So in Spanish, that sentence, I want you to be on my team, would look like I want, first person, first verb, I want that you are on my team. So this structure is very important and never changes in Spanish. Sometimes that means we have to take a sentence in English and change a little bit the way it's structured to fit this when we want to put it into Spanish. I hope that makes sense. The other important thing from last week, one of the most important things, the first verb, which we're going to call the trigger, is in the present tense. The second verb is in the new tense, the subjunctive. The only time you're going to use the subjunctive in the second verb is if that first verb comes from the list of 10 verbs that I gave you, the 10 triggers that I gave you. If you have a different verb that's not on that list of 10 verbs, then in the second verb, you will not use the subjunctive. So let me find that list quickly. Here it is. Okay, so these are the 10 that we're going to practice with. And one of you guys emailed me about this, kind of asking, and I gave the example of creo que. I think that, yo creo que. Is that on this list? No. Okay, so that is not a trigger. If I just want to say, hey, I think you're really great. Okay, I would just say, yo creo que tú eres genial. Eres. Eres is in the regular present tense. Why? Because creo que is not on this list. It's not one of our triggers that's going to cause the use of the subjunctive in the second verb. I hope that clears that up. Okay, of course, sorry, I'm going through these quickly, but of course we talked about the conjugation. Briefly, the big thing is yo form, drop the O, opposite ending. So we've talked about that opposite ending. We talked about with the -2 commands, usted and ustedes commands. And we have some examples that we already went through. These are those, the conjugations of those. Okay, so if you remember this, great. If you don't remember that's okay. What we're looking at here is these are 6 things in the conjugation of the subjunctive that we kind of got to watch out for. They're the same 6 things that I told you guys to watch out for with ustedes and ustedes commands. Same list. If you look back at your notes, same exact list. So we're going to go through these. I'm going to give you guys some examples, and hopefully that will clear up how you do the conjugations in this tense. So stem changing verbs. You're only going to stem change in the shoe. Okay, so that's easy enough. Just like present tense, you're only going to stem change in the shoe. So far, we had only looked at the tú, usted, and ustedes forms. So now you can see there, and like the nosotros and the vosotros, there's no stem change. So I've used the verb encender as an example. It's an E to IE. Look, it's an ER verb. So what do all of the endings in the subjunctive start with? The letter A. That's our opposite ending. And then I have highlighted in yellow the stem change, and you can see it's in our shoe, or when I say shoe, I mean the yo, tú, ustedes, and ustedes endings, right? I can't draw, but right, if you drew a little shoe. Some teachers call them boot verbs or whatever. Encienda, enciendas, encienda. Remember, the yo and the usted, el, ella forms are the same. How are you going to know the difference? You just got to remember to, add the yo in that second clause, or the el, or whatever. Cargar zars. We're talking about infinitives that end in cargar zar. Sacar, pagar, almorzar, aparcar, cargar, forzar, whatever. Any of these infinitives that end in car, gar, or sar. Now, those are all AR verbs, so the ending in the subjunctive is going to be opposite. So we're looking at the letter E. So you can see that there in the with the example sacar. And we have these spell changes that we're going to keep in all 6 conjugations. For car verbs, it's C to QU. Gar verbs, it's G to GU. Zar verbs, it's Z to C. So sacar, to take out as an example, saque, 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 saquemos, saque, saquen. If we didn't do the C to QU, it wouldn't sound the same, and we've talked about that quite a few times. So just kind of help you remember why. Yo go. I should have put this one first. Yo go, remember, that's the one that kind of trumps all of the other things. So what I mean by that is if it's a yo go verb like tener, like the verb up there, tener, it's yo go, yo tengo. But you're like, wait, it's also a stem changer. It's E to IE because it's like tienes or something like that. If it's a yo go verb, then you're just going to yo form, drop the O, opposite ending. Ignore if it's a stem changer or a CER verb or whatever. Just stick with that, okay? So, for example, tener, the yo form's tengo, drop the O. It's an ER verb, so our opposite ending is going to be an A. Tenga, tengas, tenga, you can see there. Here. We don't know a lot of these verbs, but I feel like I need to explain it anyways. Recoger means to pick up, and that's an example of this kind of verb. So it's any verb that ends in GER, GIR. You'll see that the D changes to a J. Again, we've talked about why. I don't know if that will help you to remember it, but the reason why is because if you maintained a G there, the subjunctive would be recoga. Well, we want recoja because in the infinitive, the G has the H sound. So recoger, recoja. So to do that, it has to be a J. And that's in all 6. Sorry, I see a little mistake here. I'm just going to fix it. Conocer, conocer means to know, to be familiar with, to meet somebody. And we have C to ZC. Again, think of yo form. What's the yo form of conocer? If I asked you that, you guys would all say conozco. And you're correct. Conozco, drop the O, add the opposite ending. It's an ER verb, so our opposite ending is going to be an A. Conozca, conozcas, conozca. So you'll see that in all 6. Example, hey, I want you to meet my friend. Quiero que conozcas a mi amigo. Quiero que conozcas a mi amigo, por ejemplo. The last one here is dishes. That's an acronym for these 6 verbs, and these 6 verbs are irregular. Some of them are harder than others, and they don't really follow the rules exactly. So I'm going to go through these quickly. On the slide, you'll be able to see how they're conjugated in every form, and there will be an example. So there are the conjugations of dar, The example is, hey, I need you to give me the money, right? You owe me some money. I need you to give me the money. Necesito que me des el dinero. Alluding to what I said before, notice how in English we said, I need you to give me the money, but in Spanish it's, I need that you give me the money. That you're never going to stray from the structure of subject, verb, que, subject, verb. Ir, remember that looked like vaya. Hey, my parents prefer that I don't go to the party. For whatever reason, they don't want me to go to the party. They prefer that I don't go. Mis padres prefieren que yo no vaya a la fiesta. Notice how I put the yo in there because we talked about adding the yo with this tense because it has the same conjugation as the usted, el, ella. Ser, sea. Some of you guys remembered this as see or Sean, right? You said it looked like those words. I want you to be my friend. Quiero que seas mi amigo. In English, I want you to be my friend. In Spanish, I want that you be my friend or you are my friend. Quiero que seas mi amigo. In that sentence, you don't see the subject because quiero can only be with yo, so it's implied. Seas can only be with tú, so it's implied. But both of those subjects are implied, and they're different people. A ver, so this one's tricky. It's the verb hay, there is or there are, in the subjunctive. So, esperar is to hope. I said that last week. We hope there's a lot of, we hope that there are a lot of people at the party, right? Like, oh, we invited a lot of people. We're not sure. We hope there are a lot of people. Esperamos que haya mucha gente. So it's whenever you would want to say there is or there are, in the subjunctive, you're going to use haya, and you only need that form. Estar, which is also to be, ser and estar is a whole nother thing, but we've talked about it being like a state that you're in, a feeling or a location. Hey, I hope you're okay. Espero que estés bien. In English, we say, I hope you're okay. In Spanish, I hope that you are well. Espero que estés bien. And last one, saber, to know. Sepa, sepamos, sepáis, sepan. The teachers insist that you know all the information for the test. Los profesores insisten en que sepas toda la información para el examen. Sepas. All right, my friends, mis amigos, I think that is it. I am sorry if you're tired of my voice. As always, most important message of this screencast is that I miss you big time, and I wish we could play a silly game. I don't know, like some board races or something silly. Maybe I'll try to think of something we can do on Zoom. But miss you guys, and I hope you're doing okay. And tomorrow you're going to listen to a song. Yay, something different. Okay. Bye-bye.